Hello, welcome back to Hidden Home. Today is kind of my last day on site for now. Kind of a bit emotional, to be honest. The handover with the client was so nice. Hearing them say that they've never heard their hi-fi sound as good as it does, that they're blown away by the craftsmanship and the design, and they stayed up till 2:30 listening to music last night. So I don't think I could ask for any more. We've done some measurements today. The room measures absolutely beautifully. There's obviously still room modes present and distances from subwoofers that are relevant and things like that. But the problems it presents us are absolutely nothing that can't be solved. Even outside of DSP, really, just by setting crossover points and gains on the two subs, it really is kind of impressive, and you can see that in the measurements of the quads, which I'll film and make a little short or something about over the next few days. There's a bit more tweaking we want to do. We're out of time, unfortunately, but it is so damn close. It really is just the last little bit of seasoning to the sound that needs doing. The actual kind of like ballpark, is it there, is it right, that's done. Yeah, it's just the last little bit of, half a dB here on a sub or a dB here on a sub, and working with the interplay between the two subs in the two positions. But it's amazing. So let me take you around the room. Turn the camera around. So the wide angle. What we have, I'm going to take you through I might as well start by what's near. So we have a Carefell 50 Meta as a rear speaker for its quadraphonic, and the Dynaudio in wall for the cinema. We have the huge 50 centimeter bass trap there, which does run into this void a little, certainly down there and around the speaker. It runs into the huge trap at the front there, where there is a subwoofer stashed in that corner. I'm going to tidy up his power cables for him. Quickly, there we go, and the spare speaker cable fits in the wall there. We have these beautiful hanging pendants with the wood up and the brass. Just works beautifully. There we go, see it sort of pop, and yeah, it looks amazing. We have the really understated Timorous Beasties bees, the Napoleon bee on the black velvet. Just looks amazing, and I love how, although it seems a bit like sacrilege to cover them, I love how the block pattern is kind of broken up by the screen and everything, and they're just there as a little subtle detail in the background. Really opulent, really soft, really homely. Love it. We've got a bit more random brass accents there running in behind the screen. Obviously ignore the lights on the screen, that's just so I can video it. Turn those off in a second. Obviously the other quad, another mirror image of these beautiful filament bulbs. I'm going to dim those for you again in a second as well, so you can see them close up. We had this kind of funny nook to deal with. Just open a curtain for you so you can see what we did. We topped the thing in a Velcro mat and just knocked this edge off. Finished them nicely, and he's now got his valve radios up there on display. A few choice books. We tidied up the curtains for him with just some basic curtains. I do love this archway. With the little brass accents. That all of a sudden looks really blue, and it really doesn't look that blue in reality. It's much more sort of blended into the background. See if I can adjust the exposure. Yeah, probably more like that. Yeah, that's much closer. The camera's going to adjust back. Again, that looks like it's in the gloom in reality. We have the subwoofer at the back there because there wasn't much we could do with that. Door to the bathroom. Door to the wide world. Oh, and these, I've ordered some black covers for those, so they're getting changed. This amazing original photo of Battersea Power Station. This is a great bit of kit. The Smith realizer. It kind of reproduces the acoustic of venues, and with the little head tracker that sits on top of the headphones and a small device that sits up there. There you go. It monitors the angle of your head and keeps the acoustic sort of straight on, as if like when you're listening to speakers in the room, if you turn your head, the speakers stay still. It gives that effect. These beautiful quad 2 valve amps. So yeah, I think he's got some new tubes required for those before we can plug them in, but I'm looking forward to hearing those because the quad system does sound utterly beautiful, and I think they might inject just a bit more of an ethereal character. We have the Michelle gyrodeck with the SME arm. Let's see if I can lift the lid. There we go. Ooh, move the whole thing. It's hard to do one-handed. Stunning. You should have a look at that, and certainly SME as a company and what that means. Sorry, making a crash and a bang now. The quad electrostatics. Right, I'm going to dim these lights down. So we have the kind of TV mode that kills the front speakers and really dims these. There we go. Just a great little feature. You see how they just sit there glowing in the background but don't affect the screen at all. And all the warm white light just looks stunning. Looks like sunset in the picture now. Absolutely love it. Over here in this corner, I glossed over this. I think I mentioned it in a previous video, but he's got his HMV dog on our shelf that we made. We've hidden a radiator in here. The Collingwood 1901 downlights and the Epson projector. And we have Rako lighting, so all these scenes come just at the touch of a button. I then created him a kind of, I guess, a music scene where it brings back some light on the front for a bit more interest whilst he's listening to music, and then the full kind of movie scene, just keeping those puddles of light again aren't anywhere near as obvious in reality, but he's just got those outside lights on, and these bulbs are just glowing beautifully in the background. But look at that, you get all the contrast you need, and if you are extra fussy, we can kill the lights entirely. So yeah, this has been a real success. I'm proud to have created this and handed it over to the client. So yeah, so emotionally it's really good. He's out now, but I've promised him I'll come back and do those, play with his quads with him and get those little last tweaks dialed in. Yeah, and we need an iPad charger as well, and those wall plates. So there's a tiny little bit of snagging, but we are essentially done. One more happy client and one more job for our portfolio. But the acoustics, yeah, wow, they have been such a success. It's really hard to convey until you hear it, but the imaging on these quads is just unreal, and yeah, it really does need to be heard to be believed. But yeah, trust me, room acoustics are everything, and so's the design. The design needs to be right so you feel comfortable and happy in the space. So just like, subscribe, check out our website for more. Call us if you need any free help or advice, or want us to come round and price and measure up for you. Okay, take care, bye.